Rolling. Yeah.
Yeah, I rode to the coast to get away from it all, but my head boxed me in, and spinning I began to fall, round and round like a cannonball. Yeah, I rode across the land on a man-made machine. I drove it with heart and integrity, miles upon miles against the wind, miles upon miles with my face a grin, miles upon miles against the wind. So I picked myself up for day two, chasing the sun to the west, but how to win the wind knew. On the other coast, what did I find? So much for leaving it all behind. The wind, it knew me how to find. It knew me how to find. I rode across the land on a man-made machine, and drove it with heart and integrity, miles upon miles against the wind, miles upon miles with my face a grin, miles upon miles against the wind. Watch me go now. Yeah, I rode across the land on a man-made machine, and drove it with heart and integrity, miles upon miles against the wind, miles upon miles with my face a grin, miles upon miles, yeah.
Miles upon miles. That's Christopher Battles in the studio here at North Country Public Radio. Good morning. I'm Todd Moe, and thanks so much for joining us, Christopher.
Thank you.
I want to give you a chance to talk a bit about the story behind Miles Upon Miles, but I want to remind listeners that over the past year we've been hearing about your musical journey in New York City. You grew up in Oswego, went to the Crane School of Music, and now you're a troubadour in the big city.
Yeah, I'm a troubadour all over the place, it seems. And the Miles Upon Miles story is kind of it is the universal idea of going through life as a journey and the storytelling, and that's what I really connect to, and that's where I found my passions. So be it in New York City or Miles Upon Miles, being written about a cycling journey from the East Coast to the West Coast of the state of Florida. And as with today and any day, the wind was blowing in my face, and I thought how much of a metaphor that was for the ways of the world. Mm-hmm. And coincidentally, at the same time, it was when the horrible disaster, the tsunami in Japan, the Fukushima thereafter. And when I left for that trip, I didn't know if the west coast of the United States was going to be all right by the time I arrived. So it was miles upon miles against the wind, even though I was trying to get away from it all.